Start this evening with ICE raids across the Central Coast. All as President Trump today doubled down on his promise to crack down on dangerous gangs in sanctuary cities that he says protect them.
We are protecting our families, schools, and cities by removing the gang members. MS-13. MS-13. We're spreading them out. The drug dealers and criminals from our country, and cracking down on the sanctuary cities that protect them.
As Trump was speaking, ICE agents were spreading out here on the Central Coast. The raids began in King City Monday, Soledad in Santa Cruz Tuesday, this morning in Watsonville. There have also been immigration detentions in Salinas. We have live team coverage on the raids, the arrests, and the response from local law enforcement, beginning with Action News reporter Caitlin Conrad, who's been tracking the story from South Monterey County. Caitlin?
Dan, I spoke with the police chiefs in King City and Soledad about the raids. Neither department participated, and both say they only knew about the incidents because Immigration and Customs Enforcement notified them as a courtesy. King City Police Chief Robert Masterson says this is the first time since he took office 11 months ago that Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents have done raids in his community.
It's not a concern. Quite frankly, ICE has been conducting operations like this for as long as I can recall.
Masterson said ICE agents told him 9 people were taken into custody Monday morning. He said the arrest involved criminal non-resident aliens.
It means basically that they're here in the country illegally, and they've committed a criminal act and been convicted of it.
In Soledad, the chief was not aware of any arrests made after ICE conducted operations on Wednesday, but he said he is okay with federal agents taking criminals into custody in his jurisdiction.
To me, it doesn't matter if it's probation, parole, ICE, FBI, anybody. If I have a criminal living in the city, people that are breaking the law, whether they're documented or not, it's very important that we all work together to try and, put these people behind bars or bring them to justice, at least have them their day in court.
In March, the city of Soledad passed a resolution to become a sanctuary city to make it clear that its resources will not be used to assist federal immigration efforts.
I kind of look at that as it's a symbolic gesture more than anything, and I think it hasn't changed the way we do business at all.
Both chiefs worry the raids could ignite fear in their towns among immigrants, and they want to make it clear ICE agents were after specific people.
I've been told specifically that when they come into a city, they're looking for targeted people that are certainly undocumented, of course, but people that have broken the law. These are criminals, and that they aren't just doing raids in general where they're going to homes trying to find out who's documented, who's not.
The addresses of where these raids took place and the names of the people taken into custody are still unknown at this time. When we reached out to ICE agents about these targeted operations on the Central Coast, we received a general statement telling us ICE deportation officers conduct enforcement actions every day around the country. Dan?
All right. Thank you very much, Caitlin. ICE's presence is also being felt in neighboring communities. There were raids in Watsonville this morning, last night in Santa Cruz. Action News reporter Sierra Starks continues our team coverage. She's at the Sheriff's Office in Live Oak.
Yeah, good evening, Dan. So we're told those ICE raids began in Santa Cruz yesterday, and the Sheriff's Office says they were given a heads up, but basically no more information other than ICE agents will be coming to town. So today, Sergeant Chris Clark told us, quote, "Our office has very little information with regard to what ICE is doing here and why." But Clark did stress that Santa Cruz is a sanctuary city, and he doesn't want ICE's presence here to take away from the fact that their goal is for people to feel safe in their community and safe enough to report crime.
We don't enforce immigration laws at the Sheriff's Office. We want to know when crime's happening. We want to investigate crime. And we want people to feel comfortable to bring us that information without worrying about whether or not we're going to check into their immigration status, and we're not going to. That's not what we do.
Now, a little south of here in Watsonville, we're told ICE raids began there this morning. ICE agents told Watsonville police they will continue detaining more people in Watsonville over the next 2 days. Now, of course, this is a developing story. We'll have more for you tonight at 11. Dan?
All right, we'll look for it. Thank you, Sierra.